All right. I am uploading a different tune onto the truck. Took it out for a test drive, and like I said, I haven't been in the seat of this truck in a couple of years since the black truck was wrecked. So I don't remember what tunes were what. I went ahead and uploaded one tune, and it was shifting pretty hard, so that led me to believe that that was one of the drag tunes, which I don't want to just daily drive on it or drive around to test the truck. So I am uploading a different tune on it. Hopefully that doesn't shift as hard. So been driving the truck around. It's been doing pretty decent. But unfortunately, after the first night I drove it home, kind of got on it just a little bit, and then started driving around a little bit more. Really wasn't getting on it too much, and then finally I just went ahead and decided to go ahead and let her rip, and well, then I started having coolant blowout. So changed the degas cap. My coolant temperature wasn't the greatest. It was low, it was pretty low, so I decided to change the thermostats out, which that helped. But come to find out, doing some more testing and everything, doing a block test, I am getting compression in my cooling system. So the block test showed up that there was gases in the coolant system. So that's unfortunate. Doing some more research, did some more tests, found out most likely I have a cracked cylinder head. That crack could have happened while this truck had sat in, while the engine had sat in the black truck. The crack could have developed. It could have been there, and then sitting over time, the coolant could have worn away some of those particles that were just kind of hanging on. So unfortunately, the truck's kind of down right now. I can still drive it and everything. I just can't full throttle. Once it gets up into the higher boost, once it gets up to high EGTs, then that's when that crack opens up a little bit and allows that pressure to get into the cooling system. I'm going to go ahead and order a new set of cylinder heads. I'm going with Diesel Doctors down south. They take a set of factory heads, mill out the area for the valve seat, and actually press in a valve seat, so you don't have to worry so much about the valve seat areas cracking, because that's the most common place for them to crack. It's not a head gasket. Like I said, I thought maybe I had lifted a head, but I went ahead and checked the torque specs on the cylinder head, and they're 2-spec and everything, so most likely I've got a cracked cylinder head, but I can still drive it around. The other issue I have is, unfortunately, I did not change the oil cooler while I had the engine out of the truck. I had the intake off and everything. I should have changed the oil cooler, but I didn't. Like I said, the truck doesn't have that many. The engine only has about 10,000 miles. Well, about 15,000 miles, and I didn't expect the oil cooler to be clogged up already. But it's showing that it's clogged up a little bit. I get about a 25-degree difference between my coolant and my oil. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that today. I've got a billet diesel or a bulletproof diesel half kit that's going to eliminate the oil filter housing, and it's going to put a radiator right here for the oil, and that should drop my oil temperatures down to around the same as my coolant. Now, the reason why this is such a big deal is because the 6.4's tolerances in the crank journals and everything like that, they can get worn, and if they do, especially with high temperatures, the high oil temperature is going to break down that oil. You're not going to get that velocity, viscosity, I should say. You're not going to get the viscosity that you would if the oil is running at normal temperature. Once you start overheating that oil, the oil breaks down and it doesn't lubricate and protect, give it that sponginess that the oil is supposed to give it in between the rod bearings and main bearings and everything. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that today. I'm still going to drive around the truck, but in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get a hold of Cass over at Diesel Doctor and get a new set of cylinder heads coming for this, which are going to be O-rings and ported out in the whole 9 yards. So, but just for it, I give everybody an update on what's going on today. All right, so I can tell you right from the get-go, packaging says everything. But this is what a 6.4 powerstroke half kit from Bulletproof Diesel looks like. You get this radiator mount here. Look at how massive that thing is. It's over an inch. For thickness, you get these very, very nice put together braided lines for the oil. Get this billet piece here that replaces the factory oil filter housing. Get the oil filter. I'm gonna have to cut that open and see what that is. But you get the, they even send you little emblems. That is awesome. Send you all the hardware you need, gaskets, fittings, everything. Everything in here. Send you the brackets. Oh, so this is probably the mount and everything. Let's go over here, grab the knife real quick, cut this other box open, see what it's got in it. But already impressed. The instruction manual, right from the get-go. I mean, a lot of detail. Send you a little cup cozy, magazine. It's like some stickers back there. Let's go ahead and get this guy cut open. A little hard to do with the camera, holding the camera in your hand, but we'll make it happen. Oh yeah, look at that. Yep, and there. That is awesome. Look at how massive those lines are. Man. CNC machine billet piece here. Some time and money went into designing this. Got your number right there for you. Anybody looking for any cooling kits or anything? Bulletproof Diesel. Right from the get-go, I recommend. I recommend this right from the get-go. Just because of how well things are put together. I'm gonna have 2 oil filters on this since I already have one down there on the frame rail on the passenger side. But check out that radiator, man. Huh. All right. This is an awesome kit. Look at that, they give you an area so you can put a pressure sensor in there. And everything. Got their phone number put on there, pending patent. CNC machined. That is a good, clean looking part. Super impressed so far. Now we'll just see how everything goes together, which I'll have a time-lapse video on that as well. So All right, I don't usually say this, but we're going to get to reading the instructions so we can properly install this.